Welcome back. Episode 8.
Back in Denver, the OG
We're
studio.
back in the OG studio.
I love it.
It feels so good to be back here.
The vibes are great.
AKA my apartment.
Yeah, our studio is actually her living room.
Yes, but it's fine.
It's perfect. We do what we can.
Caitlin's back here, and I'm not letting her leave this time.
She says that.
And I just want to address something before we get into this video. Do you notice anything different, Caitlin?
Our feet are covered, maybe?
Some of you can't behave, okay? So I had one episode, I don't wear socks, and heaven forbid, get it together, okay? Have a sense of decorum around here. Literally, not very demure of you. So the feet will now forever be covered.
And look at how cute. They're lucky duck
We
socks.
have lucky duck socks. See, look, I'm moving my feet though. They're gonna say something about that. Anyway, get y'all shit together.
Silly goose.
So, Caitlin, there's been some athletics happening.
Someone's an athlete.
Some athletes are throwing around a football.
Okay.
Not to be confused with soccer.
No,
or
American football.
American football. They've been running around. They've been practicing, playing games.
Yep.
We love it.
So much fun.
So much fun is happening. You know who else has been running around trying to throw footballs? This one.
Wait. Look, I have a football tattoo. It's like I'm throwing a football.
This one tried.
Okay, yeah. So listen.
Let's talk about it.
Here's the thing.
Caitlin has a fun story to share.
Yeah,
with the crowd.
Listen.
With
so
the class.
if you with the class, yeah. If you know me, you know that I'm a cripple. Okay, like we know I don't have use of my right arm or full use of my right arm. I got lots of problems in here. Literally, Soul Surfer arm does not exist to me. Okay, so it's a hot mess. And funny story,
Express.
Truly, I actually broke my arm throwing a football in 2007, and that's what led to all this super funness. But I was like, okay, it's been 8 years since I've lost use of my right arm. Like, it's time to hop back on the horse. I've got 60% use.
You get
now.
back on that horse.
Oh my God, yes. One of the kids on my team was like, you think that you would want to do the track one first, get back to running before
your
you
legs
start.
do work.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what disability told me. Wait.
Both of those work.
Yeah, okay, it's mine.
Let's start there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, so you think that you would get back to like the track first, like before you start,
One would think.
football. And I just like think it's so funny that everyone's like, you signed up for a flag football?
And you just decided that those people, you weren't going to take the advice of physicians and people that told you not to do it?
Yes.
Okay. Just had to get that out there.
Ready to get back on the horse, okay? Like, I'll be fine. Literally break all my bones. Don't care.
It doesn't
still
matter.
play it.
It's
okay?
totally fine.
But so I was playing flag football, and while I was warming up, like the thing about my arm is that like the thing that I have the least use of is my hand and my wrist. And when I practice throwing footballs, I've like posted videos on X and Twitter or whatever before of me throwing footballs, like as I've been teaching myself to throw again and try to get like my distance throwing back
to QB1.
Back to QB1, exactly. And
Period.
so I've been practicing. But I use smaller footballs because that's what my hand can grab. Because like this one, I have a full palm and I can like hold an NFL-sized football. This one, I can't. I can't really do like a full palm and I can't hold it like a lot.
Caitlin's not palming basketballs anytime soon.
Not anytime ever. Literally ever.
Literally not.
Yes. And so I was warming up and I was throwing a football and I literally like mildly tore a ligament in my hand, but like I didn't know. And
it was
also
disgusting.
Okay, but like listen, so like I'm the only girl in like this giant football league, okay? Like, and
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. Okay, and so like I like did not want to be a weenie. Like these people are meeting me for the first time and I'm like warming up and I'm
Caitlin
like
came to show up and show out.
Yes. And so like I show up and I'm like warming up and I felt something F up in my hand, but I was like, it's just because I haven't done this in a long time and it's an NFL sized football. Like it's whatever.
Or mayhaps you tore a ligament.
Or I tore a ligament. And
mayhaps
so,
perchance.
And so I was like, ow, I'm gonna go get some water. I'm totally fine. Like, whatever. And then I played the whole game with my hurt hand.
And we're gonna put a picture so you can understand what she was playing with. When I tell you this woman to my right and your left FaceTimed me, and I was like, oh no.
She pulled her mother.
We're calling Mama
the
Kim into a
FaceTime.
3-way FaceTime. My mom is a nurse. And we had Mama Kim like went and took the glasses off to inspect. It was
mind you, it was very late at night because like I finished my game. Gosh, when did I finish my game?
I don't know. I think it was like 2 a.m. Eastern time. That's my mom's floor.
Yeah, and so it was like midnight for her and 11 p.m. for me. And so I literally just like showed her.
She like got out of bed.
Yes, and mind you, like I thought it was fine. Everyone else that
after you see the picture, everyone go in the comments. Caitlin, that was not fine.
I know. It really, like, now that I look back on it and I look at my hand now, like my normal hand, I'm like, ew, like it looked so bad. Everyone thought that I had like broken my like fist or like that I had like punched someone in the face.
I don't know, didn't even know what to think.
Yeah. So I did that. Don't worry, though. I took a week off. I'm gonna keep playing next week. I go back another game on Thursday.
I love that for you.
I'm going to just be lefty. I told them that I would be like all-time receiver. Just don't let me throw footballs or anything like that.
All-time receiver, but I shouldn't be holding a football.
Shh, I can catch with 2 hands. That's, you know? You know?
Yeah, you got to keep your spot on the roster.
Yeah.
Speaking of rosters, you like how I did that little transition?
That was impressive.
Thanks. It was so smooth.
Pray for my hand before we get into this.
Pray, meditate, whatever you choose to do. Speaking of rosters, there are some other rosters that are about to be making cuts. When you are watching this video, which you will be watching on Tuesday.
An early day, you're welcome.
The NFL has their 53-man roster cut deadline on Tuesday by 4 p.m. Eastern. So if you're watching us in Denver, that's 2 p.m. your time, my time. Anyway.
1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Pacific.
your time. Anyway, as you know, all 32 teams must go from 90 to 53 players.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting today. When you're watching this, it's going to be an interesting day.
Yes, it's like my least favorite day. Because like you think about it, like how many people, okay, so like it's like 90 to 53. And so then that's 37 people per team times
sad.
32. That's like 1,000 people.
That's
1,000. And mind you, if anyone ever hates on like NFL practice squad players or anything like that, the practice squad is so much further than you could ever get in the NFL. Okay, they're still in the NFL, and that shit's hard. You're some of the only
practice
people.
squad. What did you make?
Yes.
Oh,
okay?
I forgot. You probably could have gone D1 if you didn't have that injury in high school, right?
The knee. Oh my! I broke my knee in high school.
I tore my ACL and I was never the same.
Yes, we respect all strings here, including practice squad. That shit is hard, and it is one of the hardest things to do.
We should probably look it up. The percentage of people that even make it to the NFL from people that, played in college, and then an even smaller percentage actually make the either active roster and practice squad.
Yep.
So
yeah, they say that like in certain people too or whatever, don't even really stay in the NFL for like longer than freaking 2 years.
I think
that's the average.
That's the average. It might even be 2 seasons.
And so being like on a practice squad even for 5 years is literally beating these statistics. Like you're in the NFL longer than most people are.
They are still 99% better than most anyone else at football.
Yep.
Or 98%.
Sorry, that was a super random rant, but I just want to say
I want you all to stop telling girls that you could have made the NFL or you could have I'm telling you, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. I'm gonna
be so nice.
I'm gonna be so nice when I say this. Don't do that because girls have heard it a lot. So I know you actually in your head think that is the case. We don't care. Okay. So the thought that counts is not active here. Anyway. I'm so sorry.
Thanks for coming to her TED Talk.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I love that. Oh my God.
Should we? Since we're back in Denver, I think we should start with Broncos because the Broncos have a starting quarterback baby.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's
Okay.
ride.
Let's ride. Let's talk about it though, because before the season, the Broncos were talking about looking at like 3 quarterbacks: Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, and Michael Penix Jr. Those were like the 3 quarterbacks that like they were looking at. Obviously, we needed a quarterback. We let go of Russell Wilson.
Can I have a sidebar?
Yes.
The amount of MPJs, actually just PJs in the NBA and NFL, I think a case study needs to be done.
Oh my gosh, true.
Between all of the Porter Juniors in the league, Penix Jr., all of the PJ last names. I feel like all of them over the country, at least 80% of them are in the NBA or NFL. I just want a case study done. I'm just saying.
What if we did like Ancestry?
Ancestry.com. Yeah, there's got to be like some weird,
a tree.
Yeah, no, I have a conspiracy theory. There's something I like. The government can hide a lot, but they can't hide that. Anyway, continue.
Period.
I just had to say that.
But so anyway, we obviously ended up with Bo Nix. And I was just saying, like, being like one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NCAA last year, and with us having a receiver like Cortland Sutton, I was like,
that man has precision.
I have tweets about it, man. Okay, I was like,
she has receipts.
I do. I was like, I feel like pretty confident in this.
Yeah.
I think that this is like actually going to be an okay choice. Like I don't think that it's going to suck as bad as our last 50 quarterbacks have. Because like
this isn't going to be like it ends with us.
Stop. So with Bo Nix coming to our team, I wasn't like super confident or anything like that, but I was feeling a lot better than I had been. And we had just picked up Zach Wilson, which I thought was so weird. Just like a super awkward pickup because I thought they were going to be drafting a quarterback. And then we obviously still had Jarrett Stidham. So that left us with 3 quarterbacks. And everyone that is a Broncos fan knows that the quarterback like situation has been like the craziest part of our offseason. And the second Bo Nix like started camp and everything like that, like he almost like immediately captured the team and the coaches. Like they were like, this kid is a leader. This kid is already confident and comfortable, and he's already like he's showing up as QB1 and he's putting himself out there. I
will have to put the receipts from the preseason game that I watched, because I texted Caitlin and I said, he looks so calm in the pocket, so calm, so composed, like wasn't letting himself get frazzled. And this was a big deal. You have to perform well, again, to find out if you're going to make the roster, or he wanted to be the starter, obviously. And it showed. He looked so like a veteran out there.
He looked like a veteran.
It was
absolutely.
so insane.
And I think a lot of that too doesn't necessarily have to do with his talent. Obviously, that's a huge part of it. But I think that like the way that he carries himself, he has the respect of his team. His team listens to him when he comes in and calls plays and talks to them. Yeah. And like that's something that a rookie quarterback you would never see. You would never see them have that kind of confidence. No. And so then the first preseason game comes around and he was just fantastic. He played wonderful. I had so much fun watching him.
He's a star.
Yes, like him to Cortland Sutton, all of his like all these beautiful completed passes. Yeah. Like he's got such good like decision making and such great timing, and he scrambles like when you have defenders coming at him, rushers coming at him, he's about to get sacked. He'll scramble out of it, make a good pass, like
quarterbacks
run,
are insane.
Yes. Literally, and like
being
he just was so
rookie,
good. Yes,
fighting for a starting spot.
Yes,
insane.
Yeah, and so I think that like the second that he did that first preseason game, like that was it. Like
I think I tweeted. I was like, "Well, there's not a question about who's the starter."
Yes, all everyone talked about was like who's going to be his backup, because I mean, truly, he came out and he played beautiful football. And
sexy
football. Oh my God, I'm gonna have so many Bo Nix to Cortland Sutton highlights. That's all sexy football's gonna be.
Good. It's gonna be so good.
I'm so excited. Okay. Oh my God, ew, I'm like cheesing so hard. I love this game.
Your cheeks all red. I love this game.
Okay, sorry, I love football. Anyway, so I was super stoked about that. Everyone literally was just like, "Who's gonna be the backup?"
Now, who's QB2?
Yes, and so the funny part is that in preseason game 1, I would say that Jarrett Stidham probably, Zach Wilson played better than Jarrett Stidham in game 1. And then in preseason game 2, it was flipped. One of them had a worse game than the other or whatever. And so everyone's like, oh my gosh. And then everyone has been talking about like at camps all week and stuff like that. Just like how great they've both looked still, and like no one has a decision. So tomorrow, when we're filming this on Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday, and they have their last preseason game.
And when you've watched this, we were already there. We are going right in this point in time. We're gonna be there.
Yes, I'm so excited. And but yeah, it's going to be like the battle of who's going to be the backup, because they said that all week at camp, like a lot of people were like, okay, like maybe we keep Jarrett Stidham, the longer veteran. He's been a backup quarterback his entire career. Sean Payton wants to keep all 3 quarterbacks possibly. There's all sorts of ways that this could go. A lot of people think that if you cut Jarrett Stidham, it's a better financial choice for them. So like, it's just so far up in the air what's going to happen with the two of them. They're battling it out tomorrow. And I'm really excited. But
if you wanna see it, we will probably, this is gonna come out on Tuesday, so we can post it tomorrow. Yes. We will have our vlog. We're gonna vlog the game. So if you wanna come along with us, get ready with us, and then go to the game with us.
Do some Patreon.
Yes, Spencer is lucky that one of my best friends from college, her fiance is hopefully going to be on the active roster this year. So we get to sit in we're going to be in the friends and family section with, Caitlin hasn't met her, my friend Kristen, and it's going to be so fun. We're going to watch. It's going to be great.
Yes. I'm so excited. I'm a little bit sad, always sad, that I'm not going to get to see Bo Nix, but I'm excited to like watch the 2 other
he's
quarterbacks.
Done. They've had enough of him.
They know he's QB1. They're comfortable with it. Yeah. And first of all, really quick side note about him being QB1 is I thought it was the cutest thing ever. The Broncos team had veterans come to their practice last week. Yes,
Caitlin told me this.
Yes, their training
camp.
You
tell them.
Tell them.
Do it.
I will.
Right now.
Okay. So the Broncos had veterans. I get so happy about football. It's disgusting. So the Broncos had veterans come to their training camp this week, and Sean Payton was going to take a picture with all the veterans and stuff like that. And like when he was done taking the picture, he was just like, I have to go tell the media now that we have our QB1 and that Bo Nix is QB1. And he's like, I told you guys first. Like he told all the veterans before he even told the media. Like he gave them like a little special like insight on knowledge.
Gonna cry.
It's just so cute.
I can't because I'm on
the
drugs,
antidepressants. Yeah, but it's okay because
just imagine.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm imagining the tears.
Okay.
I love it. But it was so cute. I love stories like that. But with him being QB1, I just feel like he's worked so well, at least in the preseason and in training camp and everything like that.
He was a man on a mission.
Yes, just with the rest of the guys on the offense. Like we have Marvin Mims, we have Cortland Sutton, we have McLaughlin and Williams. Like we have so many good runners and receivers right now. And we have Dulcich, who's the tight end. He'll be great too. And then we have like, for the first time in a really long time, I feel like, we have Garrett Bowles, Mike McGlinchey, and oh goodness, who am I forgetting? Miners. The belly.
Yes. I was waiting for you to get to him.
Yes, on our O-line and everything like that. And so this is like the first time in a long time that besides our quarterback, we've had a pretty veteran like O-line and just offense in general. And they're all great at what they do. And now that they have this quarterback in Bo Nix that they all seem to love and respect and play really well with and have fantastic quarterback to receiver connection and running back and things like that. Like now that they all have like kind of that team connection, like I think it's going to be actually pretty good. Dare I say not the worst team in the league.
That's dare we say
take.
Dare we say it? Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch though. It's gonna be so good. I love going to the games. I'm so excited to have my friend here. It was honestly my favorite thing ever once we found out last season that my friend's fiance was coming to the Broncos.
So
oh my gosh. I gave me chills all over again because obviously you don't choose where you go. No. And so there were a couple of teams that he tried out for as soon as or was working out for, and they were looking at him, and then so she was like, "We're coming to Denver."
I know that literally makes me want to cry. I love that.
It
The
was very
universe
sweet.
can be kind sometimes.
Sometimes, not often, but occasionally.
But sometimes it does nice things like that. I'm so
Yeah,
excited. I'm super excited to meet her. She talks about her all the time, loves her, and I'm excited. And I'm excited to
gonna be
experience
so good.
a football game from that. I grew up with season tickets to the Broncos games, and I just haven't been in so long.
Flex on everyone, why don't you?
Well, that was back when they were cheap. In like the 90s is when they got it. Yeah.
She's rich.
Yeah. Super. No, but like I grew up at these games, and like there's nothing to me like a football game in Denver. Just like the weather's always perfect. And
There's nothing like a crispy seltzer at a football game.
I
That's
don't
what I
drink
like to say.
seltzers, but there's nothing like a crispy Dr. Pepper and all the fatty food that I like.
Oh my gosh, stadium nachos. Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna start
too.
drooling. We haven't eaten yet.
Literally saying, would you like to talk about your Cowboys now? I think I've yapped enough about the Broncos, and I know that Spencer has stuff she wants to say.
I always want to talk about my Cowboys. Okay.
Yeehaw.
I don't even know.
Isn't it cute?
Isn't it cute? That's so crazy. Am I a Cowboys fan? I don't know where the shirt came from.
That's so crazy.
So the Cowboys, Caitlin, I was really upset. You want to know why?
Yes, actually. No,
Are you concerned?
I am.
So I was on Twitter and someone hurt my feelings. Anyway, someone decided to compile a list of the like worst running back like rooms. And I'm just gonna let you know the Broncos were pretty low. But you know who was last? The Cowboys. And I just want to say,
Ow.
that was really mean of you. Take it back.
Hurt her feelings.
So we're going to talk about the Cowboys running back room because I've also had a lot of people going, Spencer, Zeke is back, but he's old. Kayla and I go, yeah, he is old. He's 29.
I know. I literally was like, oh, is he like?
I said, get that geriatric much?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Someone bring this man his cane on the sideline.
Where's his wheelchair? 29.
I know.
29?
I'm literally 29. Now that I'm saying that,
Man.
no, I would
this-
need a wheelchair.
Sorry, we have this.
I hurt my hand too. I get it.
Man.
29 is too old for football.
Y'all are made of glass out here. So
glass bones.
this
and paper skin.
geriatric Ezekiel Elliott is back from trying to go to the Patriots with a very unsuccessful season.
Oh my God.
And we'll talk about just how unsuccessful he was. So
The winks. Stop.
oh, Matthew McConaughey. I feel like I channeled him right there. He also likes football. Anyway, so Cowboys have quite an interesting running back room right now. It's basically, and I answered this the other day, I believe, at least in the beginning of the season, Zeke and Rico Dowdle will basically work as a team, kind of like a 1-2 punch type situation, because Zeke is such a bully in the short-term yardage. Like, he reminds, like, Russell Westbrook. He's a pest.
Yes.
He is a pest in the short-term yardage.
Yep.
And, you know, Rico, I think, will, like, bring it home in the end.
Yes.
Zeke right now is by default the starter. And
Yes.
I think, you know, the question is that everyone wants to know is, could Rico and Zeke switch positions? I can't talk today.
To like RB1 and RB2.
To RB1 and RB2. And I
interesting.
will get into it, but I almost 100% believe that will be happening.
Yeah.
You know, Zeke's returning. He had like an unsuccessful year with the Patriots.
It was his. It was the worst season he's ever had. I feel so sad, but like, I mean, we all know that he's fantastic. So seeing him have such a bad season, and part of that was the team that he's on. But no
That's the
offense,
Pats,
sorry.
man.
I love you guys.
I was
Sorry.
that kid. I hate to admit it. My brothers and I were those kids that were like, when Tom Brady was like winning all the time when I was growing up, I was like, I'm a Patriots fan.
Stop.
I remember I
love
literally
it.
have this specific memory looking around I didn't have anything like red, white, and blue. I was just very distraught that I could not watch support the Patriots at 5 years old.
My gosh.
Anyway, and I was also like that with the Yankees. I was a bandwagon kid. Y'all would have hated me. Zeke is leading a room with Rico Dowdle, Deuce Vaughn, who is likely to be cut when the roster finalizes today, Hunter Lipke and Royce Freeman. So there's a lot of unknown. Zeke, Rico, and Lipke have already secured their roster spots. So the final spot is between Deuce Vaughn and Royce Freeman.
Who do you think's going to get it?
Did I not just say I think Deuce Vaughn is going to be cut? So that was so mean.
Mom,
can you come pick me up? Spencer's bullying me.
I've got to go.
But basically, I think what I think is going to happen this season, I think it's going to be a Tony Pollard Zeke situation like it was at 2022.
Yeah.
So Pollard was Zeke's backup in the beginning, just like this, but he played so well eventually that he switched roles, and that's why Zeke left. But you know what? You leave the star and you always want to come back, baby. Baby. That needs to be merch too.
Baby.
We have Boo Tomato and Baby. That's BA-BY if you're curious.
Baby.
So Elliott's value is always in the red zone, picking up those like crucial, like 3rd and 1.
He's a clutch guy.
He's a clutch guy.
Yeah.
He is that guy you throw in when you need to bully your way through and get that 1 yard. Yeah. But Dowdle has shown that he can be a 3-down back. Last season when he was given carries, he showed his potential. I have the stats here, so I don't get them wrong. Dowdle had 5 runs of 10+ yards, and 2 of them were 20+.
Wow.
And Elliott's biggest run last year was 17 yards.
Sorry, bud. Ow.
Ow. I'm sorry. Dowdle, is probably on track, obviously, to get, a lot more carries this season. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to end up being RB1.
I agree with that.
He just has to prove, if he's worth it. So in 2022, Zeke and Tony Pollard split the carries.
Yeah. Bless you.
In 2022, Zeke had 231 and Pollard had 193.
Okay.
So if Dowdle got 193 carries based on last year's stats, he would have rushed for 791 yards in the season. And what? The Dallas Cowboys would not give for that, baby.
Yeah. Wow.
That's kind of where they're weakest, I
Real
would say.
quick, they say that Dowdle is a sleeper pick in NFL fantasy.
We're going to get to that.
Yep, fantasy football.
He's my sleeper pick.
Love that.
So yeah, the run game is pretty much what their weakest link at this point in time.
Yep.
But that's kind of all I have. I mean, at this point in time, again, CD Lamb is again still either MIA or in MIA, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in Dallas.
Jerry
Maybe
Jones.
he's not.
Jerry Jones did tell the media that apparently they're having promising talks. So
whatever that
we'll see
means.
how that works. I don't know what that means.
CD posted a really scary meme of the
Batman?
The Spider-Man, the black Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I don't know,
Spider-Man.
something it was really scary. I was like, don't. What does this mean? I was like getting conspiracy.
Trying to stress everyone out.
I was like, don't do it.
He's been social
He's
media-ing his way through everything.
He's being a little pest.
He is. He's
He's
being annoying.
social media-ing his way through life. Get off, chronically online, as we like to call it. Get off and sign a damn contract, please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
And that's pretty much all I had. There's not much.
That. No, listen, September 5th, baby. NFL kickoff. I'm super excited.
I'm excited because we'll know by the time this episode is out, and I didn't want to talk too much about it because their last game is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right now is Trey Lance, and it's kind of his last chance to either secure a spot or who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested by the time this is posted to
see what happens.
See what happens.
You can comment on it and say what happens, after it's posted, and everyone can follow. Follow along with our learning. Go team. Okay, speaking of rookie quarterbacks, I was talking about all those rookie quarterbacks earlier, and one of the ones that Broncos had was J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy was the one that a lot of people really, really wanted the Broncos to get, and the Vikings ended up picking him up, and he was showing a lot of promise, and they were really excited about him. And after his, I think, first preseason game, he complained about knee soreness. Okay, that's all he said, knee soreness or whatever. And they did an MRI on him and then had to go do surgery and completely repair his ACL. And it was a season-ending. Sorry, bud.
Sorry, bud.
It was a season-ending injury, and I'm so sad.
Every time I hear that, like my heart breaks, and I know,
especially for the rookies.
I know there's a stigma about guys and crying, but if you need to cry, you can cry, JJ.
I will
That's
literally
really sad.
hug you.
I will cry for you if you don't want to. That's how I felt about the Nuggets rookie basketball guy.
Deron Holmes,
that in the stupid summer league tore his ACL.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this is literally preseason. It was his first preseason game as a promising rookie. They were saying that he was going to be like one of the best rookies to look out for this year, and that he was going to be great for the Vikings. So obviously that left the Vikings without a quarterback, and so the Vikings had to go pick.
Yikes!
Yes, they had to go pick up a quarterback.
Exclamation point!
I love this story. It's not really like a big crazy story or anything.
Stories.
I love stories.
Tell me more.
So the Vikings ended up signing Matt Corral. And Matt Corral was actually the Panthers' third round pick in 2022. And he wasn't currently in the league. I don't know if he just, again, after that first year, he just never made it back because it doesn't happen super often. And they picked him up. So he's back in the NFL. He's getting his chance. And so I'm really excited for him, and I'm excited for them. Yay. And obviously wishing JJ McCarthy a very speedy and easy recovery. And I hope that next year gets to be this is just a redshirt year, baby. Okay. Next year's going to be your rookie year, and it's going to be so good.
Sorry.
But that stuff is so sad.
That was really depressing.
I know.
Mood up.
Actually,
we can because we can. You know what wasn't going up when the Chargers players got in it? An elevator.
Stop. Okay, I don't even.
That was so smooth. I need to. Okay,
that was impressive.
Thanks.
Because
I needed
elevators
you to give me some
don't work.
Why? Because it didn't go up. Okay,
that was so good. No, I liked it. You're welcome.
It was. I right on the
spot.
Wait,
but tell me about it. I want to hear about the story.
So I mean,
all I knew was that.
There's literally not much about the story. I literally said to Caitlin, I said, I just want to talk about that. Even though there wasn't a story other than they got stuck in a hotel elevator, and some of the players and members of the team had to crawl through a ceiling panel to get out.
And but what's so funny Dallas. To me about that is imagine these 200 to 300 pound guys.
That's what I want to know. I want to know which part of the team was this. Was this the wide receivers, or is this the O line?
The little tight ends and the cornerbacks.
Yes, or is this your centers? Who really got stuck?
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god, that's hilarious. First of all, I'm super claustrophobic, and that's one of my biggest fears. Absolutely not.
Elevators scare me. The elevator in my apartment makes noise sometimes, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take the stairs. It could be 30 flights, and I'm still gonna take the stairs if I hear one noise. So again, that story doesn't do anything for your life, and I hope you enjoyed the 2 minutes I just wasted of your time.
No,
maybe
it's never wasted because it's a silly goose story.
Thanks.
I liked it.
So before we get into we're gonna talk about some of the fantasy sleeper picks. I wanted to talk about, because again, this is gonna be posted at the end of the deadline, or we'll post it probably in the morning just so we can get it out before, since we will know after.
Heck yeah.
But some possible surprise vet moves is there were a couple people. So Taylor Heinicke, he started for the Commanders a few years back. And so Heinicke has been relegated to number 3. He's a QB.
Oh, okay.
In Atlanta. So the Falcons, obviously, as we talked about him, had Michael Penix Jr. as their Kirk Cousins backup. So he could quickly become QB2 somewhere else. They just their MPJ.
Yeah, well, and they wouldn't they're not like the Broncos where they want to hold on to 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, no. So, he's probably likely either to go to the Bucs, Lions, or the Vikings. Desmond Ridder, he's on the Arizona Cardinals. He was a 3rd round pick in 2022, acquired via trade. Sorry, bud. Don't know.
Sorry, bud.
We'll find out where you're going at the end of this.
Hopefully somewhere.
Samaj Perine.
Yes,
if
for the Broncos.
I annihilated, butchered, anyway you want to talk at your name, I am so sorry. So the Broncos signed Perine, to a 2-year deal in Sean Payton's first offseason running the show, but he's a former Cincinnati Bengals vet. RB managed fewer than 300 yards in his Denver debut.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So
he's the thing about him is that, like, I feel like he's screwed because he was gonna have an opportunity, but now that Javonte Williams and McLaughlin are like good and healthy and they're, you know, having such a good preseason so far and everything
really
like
have
that.
a role.
He doesn't really fit in, unfortunately.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, I really like him.
You
though.
can't sit with us. You can't running back for us. So he's potentially going to Bucks and Raiders. Seems like the Bucks are on the list for a few of these. And then
The Bucks need people.
I don't really think this should be on the surprise vet moves. I think it should just be an obvious vet moves. I don't think Kadarius Toney will make the roster. Who knows? He had a lot of injuries, you know, like kind of a secondary role as a receiver and returner. You know, Toney like battled to make the team. Andy Reid said, you know, suggesting he's, you know, well behind like Rashee Rice, you know, Marquise Brown and Xavier Worthy, like on the pecking order.
It's pretty hard to fit into the Chiefs these days if you're not like a really good player.
Mm-hmm. Not my star.
Not my star.
You know, he struggled to stay on the field. So he will probably likely either land with the Colts, Chargers, or Steelers. James Bradbury, he had an all-pro season like 2 years ago, showing, you know, as a perimeter like cover man for, you know, the Super Bowl contender at the time. Bradbury has been trying to transition to safety after, you know, the Eagles crowded their cornerback spot with a lot of young guys.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so Philadelphia won't save anything like by, you know, letting him go, but he's an aging vet, so he may prefer like one final shot, like an outside corner job somewhere in another city, and the Eagles have, you know, rookies they want to debut. So it's basically just with the Eagles, he's just geriatric as they say.
Yeah, there's like a lot of places where people just like don't fit in. Roster construction is really important.
Or like they're getting younger, or their team's getting younger. So he'll likely probably end up with the Cardinals, Commanders, Raiders. And then the last one, Lewis Sine, I think that's how you say it. You know, he was a first round pick from Georgia in 2022, and he's only appeared in 10 games over 2 NFL seasons because of injuries. So he's with Minnesota. So their secondary is now like crowded with vets. And then including, you know, some newcomers, Stephon Gilmore and Shaquille Griffin, and then Harrison Smith, Cameron Bynum, and Josh Metellus locked in as like their top like safety. Sign could be like on the outside looking in, looking through the window. Sorry, is there a song? I don't think so.
I look in people's windows. That's Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's really freaking concerning. Why is that really?
Yeah.
Taylor, do we need to talk? You look at whose windows?
Oh my goodness, no.
Whose windows are we looking through, Taylor?
To the song. It's like about like wanting what other people have and stuff like that. And so like she's saying that like when she like if she was like walking down the street, like she sees like happy families and other people like in homes. And she's like,
she's looking in people. It's not getting better. You're not okay.
No, I always look in people's windows. I'm a nosy effer, like especially around Christmas time. Let me see that Christmas tree, girl.
Oh, I love seeing Christmas tree. I love when you can just see it though, and like when you're driving in your car, and I hope you're not like pressing your nose up against the glass looking.
Never. That's not what she's doing. Well, I don't think. I don't know her.
That's
Taylor,
what I'm saying. It's left for
talk.
interpretation. I'm sorry.
Valid. No, that's valid.
Anyways,
I appreciate it.
That's that for some people that might not be on a team or at a different team, and I feel really bad for you because like, what about your friends?
What if they don't get a like?
What about their friends, NFL?
They have boys' nights and stuff.
You're gonna make them go somewhere else? Like that's really mean. That's really mean. Like, can they come back and visit?
Yeah, I bet you they can.
Can you share custody? I don't know. I feel bad for them.
What if players could do that? What if players
could just like
play for two teams?
I feel like Arizona needs help this week. Let's go crazy.
Though,
is this like musical chairs?
Idea? Like, cause I work in mortgage and I do loans for people like other states when they need help. I'll take their loans. So like, what if like there's an injury? Like, oh my gosh,
like the Vikings.
Yes, and then so like an extra quarterback can be like,
sharing
I'm gonna go play
fun.
with. I love this idea.
Wow, I'm amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna need.
I like this.
I'm gonna
I love
need
this game.
This to happen. I love
NFL, are you listening?
Yeah, literally. Here I am.
What's the freaking commissioner's name? I love how Adam Silver is like something that's always at the front of my mind. I feel like people talk about Adam Silver too much.
Yes, and people hate the NFL commissioner.
Everyone hates him.
I don't
NFL.
remember what his name is.
Isn't that so funny that Adam Silver's like everyone knows who Adam Silver is? Roger Goodell.
Oh yeah, everyone knows him too. Yeah, just not me.
He assumed office on September 1, 2006. September 1st.
Roger Goodell, please.
Anyway, let's
call
share
me.
custody. Let's share.
Yes, I think it'll be
Why
fun.
can't we be friends?
Why
can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? I love song breaks.
Speaking of friends, you're probably playing fantasy football with your friends.
With your pals.
Stop, that was such a good one. Okay.
Oh, we did so good this episode.
I know, I'm so proud of us. Okay, anyway.
Do you have friends? I don't.
Hey.
My mom only paid her like a little bit to be here.
Stop. Kim didn't pay me a dime.
Oh.
She just promised me a place in heaven next to her.
Next, what about me?
Well, you can. She has two sides. You can be on the other side.
Jesus, my brother's already up there though. He's gonna be waiting.
Stop.
That was dark.
Literally same. Okay.
Last I made like I was talking about how like I have because one of you again here we go rambling. One of you decided to find a video of me pranking my brother, and someone said you said your brother died. Let's talk about math, sweetie. Let me hold your hand when I tell you this. People can, in fact, have more than one of those. It just so happens that I was talking to the alive one, if that tracks for you. Ooh, that was kind of nasty. Sorry. But yes, I have two brothers or had, and now I have one. Thank you. Oh, anyway, back to the point of that rambling, because I rambled off the point that I'm rambling on.
Love.
That's English. I was with my friends Kale and Brendan last night. Hello. If you watch DNVR Nuggets, you know exactly who I'm talking about. And they let me sit in the middle, like I was so popular. Anyway, where am I going with this? Oh, yes, dead brother. And I said something about like having a dead brother, and they were like, whoa. I'm like, listen, I'm like a comedian here. I'm not, but I would love to be.
We joke about trauma.
And yeah, that's all comedians do. So just...
Yeah, that's actually
one
of the ways.
I don't know.
That's one of the ways that we
don't do that.
bonded.
He's like an addict.
Not anymore. He came back from rehab. Well, I mean, you're always an addict.
Okay, well, back to fantasy football.
Fantasy football.
Full circle, baby.
Listen, I wanted to talk about just like a couple of NFL fantasy football sleeper picks because, right, we're doing fantasy football with our friends or strangers or whatever. But I wanted to talk about a couple sleeper picks because I'm sure people are going to be doing their drafts all over like the next week as the first game is September 5th. So I just have a few of them, but I always think that these are super fun because like if you somehow end up with like some super random rookie that like no one would ever blink twice at, like those players are always like the ones. Yes, 2 blinks. I always say, and since I can't really wink, I blink and then I say double the wink, double the sexy. And so I just blink at people really hard. Yeah.
You like see like a cute guy across the bar.
Yeah. He's like, did you
Should I try that? Should I try that next time?
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't be single. See, I'm doing everything wrong.
I think that's what you need to do. Very cute. I love.
Very demure. Very cutesy.
Very demure. Oh my goodness. But like, I just think that like those are the players that always end up like winning for you because the people that you think are gonna do good sometimes play like shit.
Because people be sleeping on them.
Yup. Sleepers. But the first one that I wanted to talk about is Brendan Rice, who is a wide receiver for the Chargers. Yeah, so I think he's a rookie.
Do you?
I know he's a rookie rook.
A rook.
Yes, and so he is someone that is like a really good deep threat receiver. And the Chargers just got a new offensive coordinator in Greg Roman. And Greg Roman is like really set in kind of like the kind of offense that he likes. And he really likes to incorporate run game, but he also really likes deep threats. And so...
Same Greg.
Yes.
Are we twins?
Oh my gosh.
That's so crazy.
And so with their quarterback and everything like that, he has a really good deep passing game. And so I think that they're going to end up being like two that have a really good connection and not like, because especially teams that like are not like the best teams in the whole freaking world because those are the teams that everyone's picking games on and stuff like that. But bad teams need to have some good players that like do something.
That would be nice.
Right? And
Cade Cunningham.
True. Exactly.
That's it. That's the
someone
tweet.
scores your points. Someone gets you down the field.
Someone gets you to not have only 20 points in a basketball game
Exactly.
or 14 at least in a football game.
Literally. And so so he'll be someone that like is going to be just one of those people that people don't really think about. He's a rookie and he's a wide receiver for the Chargers. But I think he'll be utilized a lot with Greg's new offense and the way that
Greg.
he kind of does that. Truly. So that's a good one. Another one that I really liked is
Rico?
Bucky Irving. What?
I thought you were going to talk about Rico.
The next one that I have is Bucky Irving. First
Bucky.
of all.
Like Bucky's? Have you ever been to Bucky's?
No, what is that?
Caitlin.
What? What is it?
You've never been to Bucky's?
What is
The
Buc-ee's?
gas station? Why are you so uncultured? Jesus.
Is that the one that's like B-U-C?
Yes, bitch.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was pronounced Bucky's.
You're lying.
I was thinking like
The fucking mascot, and that's how you thought. You thought this guy.
Bucci.
You thought that was foreign? Okay. Wow. So anyway, Bucky's is amazing. Okay, so Bucky's is the Costco of gas stations. If anyone wants to know.
Okay.
If you don't know what Bucky's is, oh my God, you're literally insane. My dad and I love Bucky's. Hi, Dad.
Hi,
There's
Dad.
like, look how many gas stations there are.
There's so many.
Or pumps. There's like 50. And of course, they're the best in Texas because I love everything's better in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. And they just built one in Denver. It's like an hour. They have everything there. They have like home decor. They have like Oakley sunglasses. They have
Okay.
They make their own jerky and barbecue and like banana pudding.
I love
Anything
this game.
that your heart desires, you can wish for it and it'll be there. Yeah, they sell like artwork, like fancy, like $5,000 artwork. Anyway, just because
That's
I had to
crazy.
talk about Bucky's and I can't believe you've never been there. It's disgusting of you.
I'm so sorry, but you want to know the best thing about this Bucky
Yes.
is that he plays for the Buccaneers.
That's
Stop. Okay, honestly, like if you guys don't
Stop.
draft him on your fantasy football just because he's Bucky that plays for the Buccaneers, that's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
I can't believe his parents named him Bucky. I haven't gotten over that yet.
Oh my goodness. No, it's pretty much.
Anyway,
I love it. It's super
There's
fun.
a point in there somewhere.
Somewhere. But so he is a running back, and the Buccaneers also have a new offensive coordinator named Liam Cohen.
You know what's funny is I'm just laughing to myself because in my head I was making a joke and then because I was going to say what if the point is the friends we made along the way?
Stop.
Sorry.
Here we are. The friends we made along the way.
Oh, I like literally was laughing out loud at a joke I made in my head.
I
Wow.
am so dead. I love that.
I promise I only have like a little bit of mental illness. Okay, continue.
The thing about the Buccaneers is that they were ranked last in their run game last year. Yeah, so super bad. And so someone like super bad.
Not bad.
Super bad. Yeah. So someone like Bucky Irving coming in and being a fantastic running back and having this new offensive coordinator whose literal main goal is to fix their run game.
Yeah.
He's going to be utilized up the butthole. Like he's going to be utilized so much. And so
Sure is.
fingers crossed for a good O-line to, get him some holes, get him some yardage and help him out a little bit. Because, last year, like Rashad White, who's their other running back, literally averaged like 3 yards a carry. And so, again, another reason that they're last in their run game. So, but he was great. He's he's one of the best in receptions though, Rashad White is. Like he's literally one of the highest, like the third highest running back with like reception yards. So
Period.
Yeah. So he'll be great for like those types of things and stuff like that, for like the short passes, the lateral passes and stuff like that. And then someone like Bucky Irving will be really good for their actual run game. and handoffs and stuff like that. So I think that he'll be a really good sleeper pick.
Go Bucky.
My next sleeper pick, though, is kind of funny because you're going to be like, why is he a sleeper pick? Kirk Cousins. Okay? He's my sleeper pick.
Okay.
That sounds super
I'll
random.
walk with you.
Okay. He was QB8 last year, like the eighth best quarterback and everything like that on fantasy. But like a lot of people are like, okay, he's with the freaking Falcons now.
He's
like,
also geriatric.
and he's super old. Exactly. And so not a lot of people are looking at him. They're looking at the rookies. They're looking at the third years. They're looking at the Dak Prescotts and the Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that.
Hi, Dak.
Hi, Dak.
If you're watching this.
Exactly. So they're looking at
I'm
the
not
younger
attracted to you.
guys.
Don't get any wrong ideas.
Stop. But they're looking at, these younger guys. And so Kirk Cousins is going to start falling off more people's, like fantasy drafts and everything like that. But the thing about him is that he, is on the team with the easiest schedule in the NFL. And so I know that that's like super random, but it's not something that people really think about. If you're playing against like predictably the worst teams in the league, a lot more compared to other teams around the league and people with, better quarterbacks. But if you're comparing him to someone like, the Chiefs or whatever, like, okay, Patrick Mahomes, but he might have the hardest schedule in the entire league. And so he might not get as many points. But you have Kirk Cousins, who has a really good offensive team around him. They have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson as their wide receiver.
Bijan, like the dog?
Yes. Oh. Close. It's like Bijan.
Oh.
Is that the same thing?
I don't think so.
Okay. Same vibes.
Moving on.
Yeah. But so
Carry
they
on.
have, that's their team of their wide receiver one, their tight end one, and their running back one. And so he's got a really good team around him and a lot of really good people to, I guess, utilize his quarterback skills. And if they're playing against all the easiest teams in the league, that probably means worse defenses, which probably means they will have more receptions, more running yards and stuff like that. And so he'll get a piece of that.
Slay.
Yeah. So I know that
Those are your top
super
three?
random. Those are my top
Those
three.
three? Okay.
Yeah. That's all I have for those ones.
I'll give you 3 sleeper picks myself.
I would love that.
Would you?
Yes.
Okay, let's share. Starting off, let's talk about Matthew Stafford with the Rams.
Interesting.
So Stafford managed to finish as QB15 last year, but that's despite missing 2 games and no Cooper Kupp, which shit gets real when you're missing Cooper Kupp.
Truly.
I love saying his name. I've always have.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. Anyway, so it's obviously hard to imagine that he'll fall because Cooper is back and they've got an upgraded offensive line, specifically in the interior. So they lost defensive coordinator Raheem Morris, and the Rams defense may take a step back. So that would put, I think, LA in high scoring games. Essentially.
Yeah.
So I think his ADP puts him behind Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and Kirk Cousins. So with Sean McVay on the sidelines, I think he'll be a great value choice as a QB2 or low-end QB1 if you prioritize your resources, friends, for elsewhere. And then we have another QB, Will Levis, who plays for the Titans, which I don't really care about the Titans, even though I'm from Nashville, but I know a lot of my friends are. So Levis is a dual threat quarterback. He's entering his first full season as a starter with upgrade. The Titans, upgraded their at the wide receiver position. They've got a new play caller. Their new head coach, Brian Callahan. And, he was in Cincinnati, so he has a track record of success. I mean, it's hard not to when you have Joe Burrow, but he also brought his father, Bill. Yeah. Who's one of the best offensive line coaches in the league.
Stop.
It's a little father-son duo.
I love.
This has nothing to do with Will, but I might have to like the Titans now. So Levis is currently ranked behind Geno Smith and Bo Nix by ADP. So you don't have to... Someone posted this and I thought it was hilarious and I'm stealing it. They said you don't have to squint to see him outperforming that position, at least as QB2. But I might have to squint because I have really bad eyesight.
Me too.
Anyway, and then of course, as I mentioned earlier, Mr. Rico, Dowdle.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. So, Ezekiel Elliott is back in Dallas. But, oh, fuck. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So, Ezekiel Elliott is back, but, he's 4 years removed from his last Pro Bowl season with the Cowboys in 2019 and set career lows in yards.
Oof.
From scrimmage and touchdowns last year. Ouch. Boo.
Ow.
Ow. So Dowdle split time last year in the backfield with Tony Pollard, who is now in Tennessee.
Twins.
Why'd you leave, Tony? So the Cowboys offense may take a step back depending on the CD Lamb situation.
Interesting.
But I think Dowdle should have plenty of opportunity to finish. He was RB44 last year. So I think he has a chance. So I think people might be snoozing on him.
Sleeping.
Snooze-a-roozing.
I think so too. I think that he'll be like a really good end of season pick, like a pick that maybe doesn't start really well, but once he kind of figures out the game with Dak Prescott and just how that works and his place between him and Zeke and stuff like that. I feel like the end of the season when he really sits into his position, he'll be cruising.
Cruise-a-roozing.
Yeah, baby.
Don't snooze-a-rooze and then you can cruise-a-rooze. Period.
You're like, those were bars.
Hello? American Idol? I rap. I do it all. I don't just sing.
Did I ever tell you that I used to freestyle rap in high school?
I feel like I'm in the office when they look at the camera.
Listen.
Continue.
Listen.
Let's hear it.
No! You want me to freestyle rap?
No, I'm cutting that. That's a wrap. No.
I don't know how to do what's that called?
Beatboxing?
Beatboxing. I don't know how to do that. I'm sitting here doing those.
Why are you talking like that? What?
Isn't that how you're supposed to talk when you rap?
My name is my name is Spence. I'm not related to Mike Pence. I like to watch sports, but I don't like Lou Dort. I watch true crime, and that's my rhyme.
Okay,
that was so hard.
Okay,
Whoa.
wait. Here we go. I got this. Okay. Got to get in the zone.
Okay, please don't do that. What you did.
You didn't want me to do my rapper voice. Why not? It was so good. I think
I was a little scared.
I think it's a perfect fit for radio.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. Sitting here chilling with my snapback on. No, I'm kidding. That's how I used to start every single rap when I was in high school. Okay, Maddie, if you are watching this, that was for you. That we used to rap together, me and her. And
you have other friends? All right.
Yes.
News to me.
From a decade ago. Yeah. Vibes.
Are you gonna rap or?
Okay, I'm so scared.
It's hard to follow up after me. I
know that was tough.
It's perfectly understandable, Caitlin.
Here we go. All right. I'm a co-host on a podcast called You Sports. I don't know what rhymes with sports.
Shorts. Right?
No one says that I wear pants. I promise I'm wearing shorts. Wait, okay.
Okay, keep going.
Talking about football all day long. And we ended our podcast with singing this song. Baby.
Anyway, if you liked that and you want to hear more, we will probably never be rapping again on an episode. So enjoy it while it lasts. But you have to tune in next week to find out if maybe we will, maybe we won't. But But we thank you for tuning in. And if you're still here, comment whose rap you liked better. And that's how we'll know who's still at the end.
Yes.
Who
you
wins?
Need to tell us.
I'm kind of worried that you outdid me, but we're not going to talk about it.
Stop. Never.
But make sure you subscribe on here and tell your friends, your mom, your dad, your enemies, your lovers. I don't know.
All of it.
All of it. Share us everywhere.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
And and we have an Instagram and a TikTok and a Patreon. Join the Patreon if you want to see the NFL vlog. We will post that probably tomorrow if Spencer doesn't forget, like she kind of did this week or this last week. Yeah. Oh well.
Yes, but
anyway,
we have a
I'm
link
gonna shut up
tree
now
too. We have a link tree now too, and so we'll put that link tree
It'll have
below.
everything nice and cute.
Yes, it'll have everything.
You can
in
share
there.
it with everyone.
Yes, and it's one link to all of our stuff. U Sports, baby.
And that, everybody, is a wrap. Oh.